Taking a look at the and it's Adams in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate.
Well, when Harrison for last year, the playing time just wasn't there. Under draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top. Well, I remember that for Barnes. He would play as a stretch four. And
definitely Warriors on D. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Westbrook throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. You know, for Barnes, it was an awkward place for him to be more focused on the offensive side of things. With that second unit in particular, he could really thrive.
Yeah, and the change in role and adjusting to being the first option with the second unit, I think was overwhelming for him. And, you know, I think you have to remember Barnes is still a very young player, a lot of room for growth, very talented, very skilled, and he's going to get a lot better.
And here now the Thunder. The Warriors making the shot. And that one's good. And that's now 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Curry gets the bucket.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Roberson kicks to Durant. The feed now to Westbrook. Back to Durant, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. There's the dish to Roberson. Misses off the right iron.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the 3. And again, it's Westbrook with a 3. Westbrook's got 10 points.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
The Thunder, and especially Kevin Durant, seem to be on the clock for when are they going to win a title. But they still haven't closed the deal yet.
And, Kevin, there's no guarantee that you'll win a title. Even if you are a really good team with star players, it just doesn't always automatically happen. I mean, that's not a given, even though they're chipping away at it and they've made some great progress over the last 4 or 5 years. Those things are hard to get.
And both free throws good for Durant.
And to your point about the Thunder, I'm not sure if they're missing anything roster-wise. Up and down, there are very few holes for this team.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Ibaka. Adams with it. Back to Durant. Oh,
look out.
Wow. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And, you know, going back to what you said about the Thunder, they have the stars and the depth, but maybe adding a
And it's the Warriors to start out. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Here we go. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes. Andre Iguodala got off to a hot start last season. He shot 45% from long range through the first 2 months of the season. But after a hamstring injury, his percentages and his aggressiveness all seem to tail off.
Here's Curry following the Durant against Iguodala. Durant kicks to Westbrook. Puts up a three. Barnes grabs the miss. It's stolen by Ibaka. Iguodala against Durant. Shot is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. A steal. Adams down low. Working on Thompson.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Outside Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Durant, here we go. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Well, supposedly, Kevin Durant, a.k.a. KD, enjoys playing NBA 2K prior to every game as a way to loosen up and kind of as an informal scouting report for the other team. That guy just soaks up all the basketball he can get. Keep listening, KD, and keep playing.
And Kevin Durant, guys, officially listed, I'm looking at my book here, at 6'9". I imagine he's that height in video game form. Steve, you think that's selling him short?
Yeah, maybe. You know, it's interesting. A lot of guys who are 6'11" or 7 feet prefer to actually be listed as smaller. I think it's because in Durant's case, he wants to be known as more of a guard than a forward. But regardless, it doesn't matter what they list him at. He's just a ridiculously talented player.
Here's Iguodala following the score by Oklahoma City. Thompson for three. And again, no good by Golden State.
Kind of a shaky first few minutes, guys. 5 field goal attempts, only 1 made.
Durant for three. Adams, the pass to Ibaka. And Westbrook, here we go. This one for three. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook. Durant's got 5 now.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, the Warriors taking strides to enhance their player development. They bought a D-League team and moved it to nearby Santa Cruz.
And that team actually played in the D-League Finals in the championship game, lost to Fort Wayne. That's enabled their younger players, though, that D-League team, to practice with the NBA teammates, and that's got to be a positive.
And the Warriors making a change here.
Andrew Bogut, Draymond Green, Sean Livingston.
Warriors trail by 7.
Well, the big thing for the Warriors, they've done a good job the last couple of years creating a culture of work. Players sticking around in the summer, the younger players working hard, working together to get better, and it's really affected